special treat today to have an organization like 60 Plus come in and be able to have a conversation about the important issues facing our country, most specifically about healthcare.
Now, at first, when I was little, my brother Nick and I thought it was fun to sit there in the back on that wooden bench with the wind whipping at us and waving at the cars as we went by. Even if it was cold or if it rained, we would all somehow squeeze into that cab of that truck.
And I'm all about educating people on the issues, because we need to vote on the issues and not according to party or name recognition.
And that was fun, but by the time I was in the 5th grade, I confessed to being increasingly embarrassed for my friends to see me riding in the back of a pickup truck. So I begged Daddy, can't we just get any kind of a car, even an old used car? Can't we get something? Because all my friends and Daddy stopped me.
Every day we go $3 billion deeper into debt. And that's going to affect our children, our grandchildren, and generations to come. The health care bill, when it was first passed, they said was going to cost $940 billion. The new number, $1.8 trillion. It's almost doubled since it was passed. The way they're going to pay for this? Tax increases and Medicare cuts. $500 billion in Medicare cuts. And these are going to be reckless and irresponsible cuts in Medicare.
When I make enough to keep you kids and mama under a roof with food on the table and clothes on your backs and can still buy a car, I will, but not until then. Well, he finally did put the money together. He brought home, when I was in the 8th grade, a shiny black 2-door Chevrolet. It had a back seat. It had a roof over the whole thing. It had rolled down windows, black tires. It did have a heater, no radio, no other extras, no seat covers, just that black 2-door Chevy. The most beautiful car I've ever seen in my whole life.
But the truth is coming out now about this this particular bill that passed 2 years ago. Senior citizens all over this country were questioning that 2,700-page bill. They were questioning. The AARP and others said, no, we're not leaning that way. Emails came out the other day, just a couple of days ago, emails from AARP to the White House. By the way, the AARP is on the listening tour. They said, we're out here listening to seniors. Well, I was saying, gee, they should have listened when it passed 2 years ago. Now we're finding out that they were listening, because seniors were voting. This is in their own email, the AARP email. They were voting 14-1 against the bill. So I no longer say they weren't listening. They apparently were listening to their members, but they were ignoring what they were hearing.
I've owned a Ferrari, I've owned a Maserati, I've owned a few Cadillacs and a couple of Rolls Royces along the way in my life, but nothing has ever thrilled me like that 2-door Chevrolet. Why am I telling you this? Because I learned what most of you know, that when you live within your means and you have love in your home, you appreciate what you have. You appreciate even little things. And then when you do reach the place where you can afford more, when you can pay for it, it's heavenly. But if you start living beyond your means, when you borrow more than you may ever be able to pay, just so you can indulge in what others have, and that bill comes due and you can't pay it, it may even be bankruptcy, that is hell.